Hey everyone, here we are at Holter Lake in Montana, going after kokanee. First thing in the morning, we got one fish. We'll see if it's a kokanee or if it's a trout. Starting the day with a nice coke. Woohoo! Wow, wow, wow! Look at that! Look at this start of the day. This is a beautiful 14-inch kokanee caught at 55 feet deep on an old goat. We're out here on Holter Lake and we're searching for unicorns, 4 to 6 pound kokanee. They're in here. Stay tuned. You're watching Northwest Fishing.
Feels good to get away. I'm going fishing, going fishing, yeah.
Kokanee anglers are pretty familiar with the ebbs and flows of lakes and reservoirs. Some years you get lots of fish that are small, some years you get not so many that are bigger. Here on Holter, it's a unique situation in that for years this was a trophy fishery, had some big kokanee in it, and then it just kind of evaporated. No fish whatsoever, no kokanee being caught. Well, recently, the last year or so, the kokanee have returned and fish are now coming in at that beautiful 4 and 5 pound range, which that's a 22 to 24 inch kokanee. And that's what we're after today. We're looking for those big unicorn fish, hunting them down. It's a different kind of kokanee fishing. It's more like Lake Roosevelt in Washington, where you're not going to get the numbers, but you're looking for that fish of a lifetime. So we're out here today, my wife Joanne and I, and our dogs Duke and Kenji. We're gonna see if we can get one of those beautiful fish on camera for you. Fish on! I outfitted my boat this year with NW rods, and Dave Calhoun's company makes really good rods. I'm really enjoying these. This must be a small one. That might be a trout too. There he comes. Yeah, it's a smaller guy. We're gonna hoist him. Oh, no we're not. He popped off. I think he might have been a trout. Got that hooked up on a max lure here. Nice little smile blade. Beautiful orange color, seems to be the color of the day. There we go. Fish, fish, fish. This is a nice kokanee, actually pulling drag. Wow. I'm at 55 feet on the downrigger. I've got an old goat down there. Wow, this is a nice fish. Oh yeah, I just saw some color. There he is. There he is. What a beautiful place to go fishing for kokanee. Oh, that's a beauty. That is a beauty. Oh, that's a pig.
got it.
Hey everyone, we had to take Joanne off camera duty in order to net this fish. I told you we were looking for unicorns, and look at this pig of a kokanee. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Let's take a look-see here. Wow. All right, this guy was caught on an old goat, yellow and red. Look at the size of this fish. This is like a sockeye. That's a massive kokanee. Get a measurement here. Look at that. We're a solid 22 inches, pushing towards 23. These are the fish that we're looking for. 22-inch kokanee. Fish. Wow, we got another big fish. This one is down at about 70 feet. Another old goat. This orange old goat. I got some corn on it, of course. And this is another pig. Wow, what a big fish. See that rod tip? I'm using NW rods, which are made by Dave Calhoun. He was in Washington, he's moved to Idaho, but I'll tell you what, he makes a great kokanee rod. These rods really handle the fish well. Oh, oh! There he is over there. Oh, yeah! Another big, huge fish. Whoa! Come on, baby. Oh! Now we're gonna have Joanne take and net this fish. So we gotta put the camera down. Look up, look up. Good job, good job. Woo! Go ahead and grab that camera. Look at this guy. Look at this pig. This is even bigger than the first fish today. That's obviously a male. He's got his hook nose going. There's our old goat. You give this guy a whack. That is one amazing fish. Using just your common old flasher here, little dodger. There's that beautiful old goat. These fish love these old goats. Look at that. This isn't Baker Lake sockeye. This is a Holter Lake, Holter Reservoir kokanee, and that is an amazing fish. Let's get some measurements and weight on this guy. Fish number 2 this morning. Let's check out the length. I'm thinking it's bigger than the other one. Let's find out. Oh yeah, without a doubt. This guy is about 23 and a half, I would say. 23 and a half. And our scale, 5 pounds. That's a 4 or 6, it's right between the two, steady as it goes. 5-pound fish. That is a genuine 5-pound kokanee. Wow, wow, wow. Out here on Holter Reservoir. Pretty special place. You might want to take a vacation up this way. Fish number 3. What a morning this has been. Another big, huge kokanee. "68 feet. I switched up lures because the last one of the hooks. This one is green old goat with orange head on it. What a fish. So those last two fish were personal bests for me, for Kokanee, and wow, this one is right in the same ballpark. I'm going to be spoiled for life here. So it's just Joanne and I. She's doing camera duty this morning, and so we can't show you the netting because I can't net the fish and catch it. And she can't net the fish and film it. There he is, coming towards us. Oh, we got a thing. Here's the problem. We got this rig here. I hate to sacrifice lures, but I also hate to sacrifice fish. Okay, hopefully. All I can say is I'm glad that those old goat hooks are sharp. There he is. There he is, another beauty. Look at that fish. That's a pig and a half. All right, we're gonna put the camera down so Joanne can net this fish. There you go. Well, we worked our way through a little disaster, but we got the fish. This is this is the small one of the day. If you can call it small. Look at that fish. And another old goat. Doesn't seem to matter what color, they just love these old goats. Isn't that a beautiful fish? A little smaller, but hey, I'm not complaining. We're looking at 20 inches. 20 inches. On the old goat. Let's get some more. Hey, Joanne's got one. Putting up a good fight?
Yeah. Here it comes.
There's a nice one for Joanne. Wow. Joanne would prefer not to be on film. But we'll put her fish on film. All right, got another fish. Recently I got to visit with Montana's Fish, Wildlife, and Parks with biologists there, and I actually got to go on a netting surveying the Holter Lake Kokanee. So let's break away real quick and check that out and see what Montana's doing to keep this fishery going and vibrant.
Yeah, we're coming up to our first net here. A little bit rough, but she's got it. So there's a series of 6 vertical nets ranging from a 1/2 inch to 2 inches in mesh size. So we're targeting different sizes of fish. We're going to start with the small mesh and work our way up. And these nets are in the same spot every time we do this series for July, August, and September.
These are 90 feet down, and we have them tied off so that the whole net doesn't roll out. So, and each of these are set up the exact same way, all at 90 feet. 89.
We're keeping track of the depth of where these fish are caught. So that rainbow trout, is cruising the surface, is only about a foot down. We have it marked on there. Place the fish in bins, and then once once we get all the nets pulled in, we'll go work up those fish and get length and weight and some other information. But we got another one right here.
Half-inch mesh. The next one will be 3/4 inch mesh, 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, and then the final net will be 2-inch mesh. And they're designed obviously to catch different sizes of fish.
Nathan, do the kokanee this time of year tend to congregate closer to the dam?
Throughout a lot of the year, we see a lot of these fish at the dam. We know, a portion of this population that's sexually mature is going to run up, and we know fish are spawning in the tail race right below the Hauser Dam. The extent of that migration and what fish are moving, we don't know, but people will still consistently catch fish by the dam.
Most important rule of the day is don't drop the crank. This rainbow's 42, and the Kokanee's also 42.
Looks like little heads, big bodies on the Kokanee here, man. They are fat.
There we go.
So yeah, there's our first Kokanee of the day. This is probably a 1-year-old fish. Look at that, yeah. Good looking rainbow. Still alive, but yeah, and then so our rainbows here, you can see there's some hatchery wear on some of these fins, but it's not clipped. So that's telling us that's an Eagle Lake rainbow. And our other strain, we have our R-leaves, which we clip because we do an egg take of these rainbows every year for the hatchery. There are also some wild fish in here that obviously wouldn't be clipped, but you'll just see a little bit better fin development on those wild fish. So yeah, it's a nice rainbow. Got ourselves another Kokanee there.
41.
Shiny.
Nice and chrome. Yep. Not the fish you expect to see swimming in the middle of a reservoir, but we got a white sucker here, and once in a while we'll get them in these midwater nets, which is really cool.
Those are native fish, huh?
Yep. They'd be native to the Missouri River. And yeah, and the smaller white suckers are really important prey fish for things like walleye that are also here in Holter.
It's a Kokanee. It's like a 2-year-old fish, probably.
Looks good.
16.2. 185.
That is beautiful chrome fish.
Yep, that is.
Yeah, and here in Holter, it's one of the smaller fish that we actually see, which is
That is so
we're seeing fish
That's so
pushing
hard to
7
wrap your
pounds.
head
Yeah,
around.
Yep. This
You-
would be a big fish in the regulating reservoir.
yeah, you'd be
right now
excited
anyways,
about that.
yeah.
But
Yep.
we have fish pushing 7 pounds right
Eyeballs
now.
first and then cut.
This is kind of a weird one. We're not normally popping eyes out of fish, but I just came from a lab at the University of Wyoming where we do a lot of stable isotope work, and you can use the eye lens, which grows in layers over time, to evaluate whether this is a wild or a hatchery fish. And this is because the feed within the hatchery setting is actually a marine-based pellet feed that they're getting, and so particularly carbon and sulfur isotopes look a lot different than the freshwater landscape here where these fish are feeding on natural zooplankton.
On this fish, we're going to take a vertebrae sample to check for tetracycline, and then we'll be able to tell if this fish is a planter that was originally planted in Hauser Reservoir, or is it a wild fish from Holter Reservoir. The conditions are right and it's not too hot outside. If there's anglers nearby, we can give out limits legally to anglers if they're interested in taking the fish, as opposed to us sinking them back into the reservoir. So that's one thing we're able to do as well. It's the Eagle Lake, 18.6. And on that note, are you interested in any?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I'll take some of those fish home with me.
All right,
Put them
that's
in
a
the
deal.
smoker.
That's the deal.
All right, we're back. Well, I should want to thank Montana's Fish, Wildlife, and Parks for taking me out on that survey, and I learned a lot that day. Meanwhile, got this fish in a whole lot of seaweed. So I don't know how big he is. Kind of a mess. Got our fish in here, and lo and behold, it's not a kokanee. That said, God, that's a beautiful rainbow trout. Look at that. Holter is just full of surprises and full of big fish. Another fish. This is a day to remember. Big, beautiful kokanee, and lots of them. There's 5 other boats out on the lake with us this morning. Unbelievable. This one's coming in fast. He's a little smaller than the other ones, but he's feisty. And I think I'm going to net this one myself. There we go. Wow, what can I say? Another one on the old goat. It's been an epic day out here on Holter, and we're gonna have to be wrapping it up pretty soon, but we're sure glad you joined us. This has been an epic day on Holter, and we hope you get a chance to come out here and fish some of these kokanee. For Joanne and I and our dogs Duke and Kenji, we'll see you on the water.